If you're a fully booked braider and your body is telling you it's time to stop, but you can't stop because if you stop, the money stops and you still got to feed your kids, I need you to hear me. It's not that you have a work ethic problem. It's honestly a system problem. It's what you're currently doing right now. And there is a way out without using your body more. Now, for context, my name is Jalen Dorsey-Mitchell. I'm a business consultant for Fully Booked Braiders. And I've seen the same pattern over and over from you guys. See, you guys work harder than everybody else in the beauty industry. You take way more clients over and over, and you do push through the pain to make everybody else look good. But you honestly still feel stuck. And it's not because you're bad at braiding. It's not because you're lazy. It's because you're stuck. Because your income is tied to your hands. I've coached 10 plus fully booked braiders and helped them make more money in a month without adding clients by changing how they make money, not by working more. And once you see this shift I'm getting ready to reveal to you, everything will begin to make sense. Because here's the truth. You are booked, but you are tired. You are making money, but your body is honestly worn down. You're providing for your kids, but on Christmas and their birthdays and their games, you're barely even present mentally. So let me ask you this. What was the point of becoming fully booked and staying fully booked if your body is breaking down and you can't even enjoy the time with the people you love the most? See, most braiders think being fully booked is the goal, but being fully booked is actually the ceiling. Because being fully booked means your income depends on your hands. And your hands, honestly, let's be real, they have a limit. This chair that's paying you, it sucks to say, but it's also trapping you. So I want you to know right now, before we get into it, it's not your prices. It's not you marketing. The real problem is honestly this. Your braiding business only pays you when you show up. And if you don't show up, you don't make money. But here's what you probably don't even realize as a fully booked braider. There is a way to make more money in a month without adding clients, without working longer hours, and without using your body. And the wildest part about all of this, it comes from something you already do every single day. You just don't see it in that way yet. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 3 things that unlock that shift. But before I do that, let me ask you something. How many years have you been braiding? That's not nothing. That's a long time. There's a braider right now struggling with things you do on autopilot, things you don't even think about anymore. And that's where I want to shift your perspective. See, I want you to imagine this. Let me erase what I had on the board already. Because this is what I'm going to point out to you. For you to see is going to help you unlock what has been tapped inside of you all these years. You already have all these years of braiding under your belt. It's now time to put those years to use in a way that does not burn you out. See, I want you to imagine this. There's this mountain. Okay. And at the bottom of this mountain is a braider who's just now getting started, who's going through something, who actually needs your help and needs you to show them the ropes because they aren't at the top yet. And then you have another braider who has climbed up the mountain a little bit. She's figured some things out. She's figured out how to make this happen and how to make that happen. Maybe how to do this technique or that technique. But she still isn't up the mountain. And then you have you, a successful braider who has all these years of experience. I want you to look at this. This represents the beginning stages of braiding careers. This represents the middle stages of braiding careers. And this represents where you are at right now. And you still have more mountains you climbing, but I want to paint this picture and show you that just how you are up here at the top, there are braiders who are still climbing the mountain of success in their braiding business. So you already have a year, 3 years, 5 years, 10 plus years of braiding experience that can help There where you are able to help these braiders. You are able to go back and help these braiders move up the mountain. Move up the mountain to get to where you are at, to help them change your life. So your next level of making money that does not burn you out, that does not break your body, is going to come from using your mind and your mouth to make money. See, you have all these years of braiding experience, all these years of going through the problems and the nicks and crannies of becoming a successful braider like you are, fully booked. Okay. It's time that you make a decision to go back and help people who were where you once were, get them to where you are at while you're on your way to the next level as a braider. And doing so, as you help these people solve their problems by giving them access to your mind, you will be able to solve your problem, which means you won't have to break your body even more, and you can make money doing so just by using your mouth and your mind to produce millions. So if you're listening to this video and you're thinking like, okay, I get that I need to use my mouth and my mind to produce millions, but how do I do that? I want to reveal to you 3 things you need to make a decision on in order to start making money from your mouth and your mind. So the first thing you need to do is you need to make a decision right now. I'm gonna actually make this a bonus. You need to make a decision right now that today is your last day of only identifying as a braider. Okay, let me tell you what you are now. You are a mentor. I want you to say it to yourself right now. I am a mentor. Okay, so since you are a mentor, you're now about to start moving like a mentor. All right, you're about to start using your mouth and your mind to make money. All right, so with that being said, the first thing you need to do if you want to take this journey as a mentor and make money that doesn't require you to break your body is determine who are you going to teach. I remember reading this book by Russell Brunson called .com Secrets. .com Secrets. And in the book, he talked about how one of the biggest mistakes entrepreneurs make is they come out with these business ideas that they had in their head, and they think they're great ideas, and they bring them to the marketplace, and they try to find people to buy them. And some people do buy them, some people don't. But most of the times they have headache students or nobody buys. And Russell said in the book that one of the biggest mistakes that entrepreneurs make is starting up here instead of out there in the marketplace. And what he said in the book, he told us this secret. He said, you first need to determine who you want to wake up every single day and serve before you put a product out there. So when I think about this for you, you need to determine who is going to be your dream student. Who are you going to wake up every single day and serve and dedicate your time to helping solve their problems? Now, I want to give you a hint. It's going to be who you were in the past. Some people say 3 to 5 years ago, 5 to 7 years ago, whatever it is, 1 year ago, it's going to be who you were in the past. See, I showed you the mountain. The mountain showed you that you're here. And you have braiders who are here and here. Your job is to go back down the mountain and push them up faster than what you did. Okay, so you have to determine who are you going to teach. I want you to think about what are some problems that you went through? What are some things that you struggle with? Who is the type of braider you think would need your help the most? What did you go through at the time that you can say, they would need me? Okay, once you decide who you are going to teach, you need to decide what are you going to teach them. What are you going to teach them? See, now that you understand who you're teaching, you have to know exactly what you're going to teach them. Now, I want to ask you this. If I put you on stage in front of thousands of people and I told you only had 5 minutes to prepare, what would you go on stage and speak about? That will rock the crowd, that will blow their minds, that will make people feel like, oh my gosh, she just dropped some gems. Whatever you will go on stage and teach about, That's what you're going to teach your students. That's what I like to call your superpower. Your superpower. Your superpower is going to be what comes easier to you and harder to others. This is the exact thing that you're going to teach people on because it already comes easier to you. And the person who you're going to teach needs your superpower so that you can save them from the headaches, from the time loss, from the money that they would lose because you've already been there before, just like I showed you in the mountain analogy. Okay, so you have to understand what you are going to teach them, and what you're going to teach them, you're going to teach them in the category of your superpower. So if you're a boho braider and you know, like, you struggle with learning how to do boho braids and make sure boho braids are right, they look good, and you charge more for them, guess what? Your superpower is going to be boho braiding. You're going to talk all about boho braiding. If the other opposite is stitch braiding, talk all about stitch braiding. If it's going to be on the business side, maybe like content or systems or booking systems, that's what it's going to be. Okay, so that's your superpower. And the third thing you need to do, okay, is you need to determine how you're going to package what you teach. So I've taught on this before, but I'm going to give it to you again. See, there are 5 ways you can make money as a braider. I would say 5. These are the 5 most popular ways to make money as a braider. Number 1 is going to be ebooks. Okay, I told you this before. If you listen to my videos, ebooks is where you give people digital paper. Think about a product list, a vendor list. All right, the second thing is going to be memberships, communities. People pay you monthly to join. The next way is going to be webinars, master classes. The next way is going to be courses. And the next one is going to be mentorship. Okay, so with those 5 ways, your job now is determine how you're going to package what you're going to teach. These are the 5 ways to package what you're going to teach. But I want to ask you this. Do you want to have more time with your kids faster or slower? You probably will say faster. So when it comes to determining how you package what you teach, because that's going to help you make money, you need to choose the way that makes you money the fastest so you can have freedom faster from the chair. If you choose the wrong method, it's going to make freedom come slower for you. And you've already worked harder. You've already been braiding hair. You've already been putting all this work in. You don't need to get to freedom slower. We need to get you there faster. So when I think about this, let me ask you, what's the price of ebooks usually? You might see ebooks from $0 to $27. How much are people charging for communities? You might see communities go from anywhere from $47, $27, $37, but on average it's $47. What about these webinars and masterclasses? When you look at them on the online world, they're usually $0. They're free because people are trying to sell something at the end. When you look at courses, I see a lot of braiders go first 5 people, $97, and they claim they're going to raise the price and they don't raise the price. All right. I know a braider right now that's charging $27 for a course that's helping people change their life, and that's not good for a course. Now, when you think about mentorships, you see mentorships on average $1,000 plus. So if I had you write down at the top of your paper how much money you need to survive to cover your bills a month, let's say it's $5K. And then I believe the Lord didn't put us here just to focus on surviving. He also said that we can have life more abundantly. So let's say if you did an abundantly number, all right, maybe you want to get your nails done, your hair done, take the kids to Disney and all those different things. Let's say if you had a number like that, what would that number be? Let's say that number is 5K. Okay, you add both of those together, you need 10K a month. Now my question to you is, if you divided each one of these numbers by 10K and see how many sales you have to get to hit your number, you would see that ebooks are going to take way too long because you need about 300 or so of them. That's going to take way too long. This is not guaranteed. This is going to take long. But mentorship, if you just get 10 students to pay you $1,000 a month, you'll hit 10K. So if I ask you which path is the fastest path to freedom for you, you would say mentorships. Because mentorships are easily perceived as a higher value, which means you can charge more for them, and you need less students to make more money. Once again, I don't want you to be in a state where you need more. I don't want you to be in a state where you need to sell a lot to make a little. I want you to do a little bit to make a lot. Okay. So mentorship would be that fastest path for you, because you are going to be able to make more with less students to hit your goals. Okay. And if you've been thinking to yourself, I actually do want to become a mentor, and you actually do feel in your heart that mentorship is the way to go, and you just need the keys to success on how to become a mentor, I want to invite you to the Mentor Money Summit, where it's a live event I do. You can watch from the comfort of your home, where I break down exactly how you can become a mentor so you can stop choosing between your body and your income. And I also give you the 7 keys to success to have a money-making mentorship. Okay, you can click the link in the description or go to www.mentormoneysummit.com to grab your seat, mentormoney.com/YT, YouTube, to grab your seat. But with that being said, you see that in the mountain, okay, you already are at the top of the hill, and there are braiders who are climbing the mountain, but it's hard for them. So if you want to solve your problem and not have to worry about braiding to make money anymore, you have to just make a decision right now to make money from your brain and your mouth, and go back down that mountain and help braiders get up the mountain faster. Okay, make that decision today, because the world of braiders needs you. And the longer you delay putting yourself out there to help them, the more selfish you're being. And I don't want you to be selfish. Okay, so I'll catch you in the next episode. Peace.